Today I'm in the Pearl District, and I'm at one of my favorite places. I'm at the Deschutes Brewery, and I'm joined by Executive Chef Jeff, and he's going to show us a recipe today. So Jeff, what are we going to make?
Well, you know, today I want to feature our new summer ale, which is our Twilight Ale, one of my personal favorites because I kind of like the lighter, hoppier beers. And right now we're getting some great clams out of Washington, so I want to do some manila clams and do that with some of our house-made sweet fennel sausage, roasted fennel, a little bit of the Twilight Ale as well, and we'll finish it off with a little bit of our house-made ale butter, which is kind of a fun product to play around with, which of course we'll get recipes, and that way you guys can make this stuff at home. So it's really a very simple dish for a very, you know, kind of light, well put together beer. So what I did to get going here is I've got some fennel bulb, just so people are used to, I don't know if they're used to what fennel is, but this is the bulb. I've already cored this half here, which is, well, all we're going to do is really lightly toss that in oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we'll roast that in the oven for probably about, at 350 for somewhere around 25 minutes until it sort of softens. And then here's the final product here. And it's just kind of a rough chop of the already roasted fennel. Really brings out the sweetness in the fennel.
And it's got a little licorice type taste.
Exactly. It's got that nice anise flavor to it.
So it's good with sausage.
Exactly, and it'll go real nice. The sweet fennel sausage that we make here is very simple. We just take a pork shoulder, we grind that up, and then we just heat it up with different types of spices. It's essentially a sweet Italian sausage, but we're really going for the kind of fennel motif and really bringing out that anise, which I feel really complements our Twilight Ale with its hops and things. So
how do we get started here?
Get the pan rolling here. We've got our here. Let's turn on the right burner. That's always fun. So we'll get that guy going. So it's gonna be a nice hot dish. So you're gonna want to get that pan really smoking to get going here. And then all we're gonna do is very simply just start the sausage and the fennel in a little bit of a saute. Just get that going, get the clams in there. We'll steam those off, lightly season, and finish with butter. Like I said, this is a great thing for home cooks because it's just incredibly simple.
Yeah, and very few ingredients.
Exactly, and that's, you know, for me in the way that we approach our food here, we find that the simpler the better because we're really trying to complement the beer and
highlight the food.
Exactly. I mean, we have such great ingredients here in the Northwest that you know, it's a crime not to really highlight them on a regular basis.
Okay.
So I'm going to slide in here. I'll go ahead and grab my fennel sausage. Just give that.
So the sausage has been pre-cooked.
Yeah, exactly. We use this on our pizzas as a pizza topping. We'll do it in different sautés like this. We make all our sausages here in-house. That's something that we'll be doing. I've got a new summer menu coming out real soon. I'm going to go ahead and add the already roasted fennel. See, and that's the nice thing is none of this will take all that long to cook. So if you're hungry and ready to go, you can grab a nice sausage from your grocer, roast off a bulb of fennel in a half an hour. By then you can rinse your clams and have everything ready to go. And if you want to make the mirror pond butter, that takes probably to soften the butter and get everything done takes a little bit of time. But
so that's butter and beer?
It's essentially softened butter with garlic and mirror pond ale. Exactly, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper. So it's kind of like just a nice simple garlic butter. Now we've added the manila clams. Go ahead and give those a nice toss.
Smells wonderful.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and then the spice of the there's a little bit of the crushed red chilies also in the sausage, so I'll add a little heat to the dish. Right now I've got a similar dish to this on the menu with andouille sausage and saffron, which is a nice take off of it. But as we go into the summer, we're going to try something a little bit different. So now what I'm going to do is actually cheat a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with just a nice little bit of Pinot Gris from here in the Willamette Valley.
All right.
And we're just going to go ahead and let that go off for a second. Just gives it a little bit more acidity, and it adds a nice broth to the clams as well. Because going with straight beer, one thing that I've really learned since I've been here at Deschutes for just over 3 years now, since we've opened here in Portland, is that you can really bitter things by reducing beer. So if you're steaming and you're letting things cook down a lot, one thing you're going to find is that you're adding a real bitter element. So now this is the actual Twilight Ale. So now we're going to see, now that sort of breaks it up a little bit.
I see the clams are opening up.
Yep, we're going to crank that sucker up, and we're going to go ahead and give it a quick cover. And it should just take about a minute and a half to get those things steamed off.
So that was just a couple minutes.
Yep, that's really all it is. And then all of a sudden you've got these beautiful open clams.
Open.
The liquid is reduced down just enough that we'll be able to finish it with the butter and make a nice butter sauce with the roasted fennel and sausage. And you can see the fat from the sausage really kind of cooks into the broth as well. So I'm going to add a pretty good amount of butter, just because we all know we cut butter at home, but not when we're out eating.
That's true.
Or at least, you know.
I love that there's so few ingredients in this. A very
Yeah,
simple thing to make.
comes-
Definitely something you could do that at home.
Exactly, and that was my goal for today, was really give you guys something that you know, really would be something easy and really showcase some real easy ingredients, which you can take a look at, especially in the pork sausage. It's so easy to make because you can just buy ground pork and season it yourself. So what we'll do now is go ahead and we're just going to dump these right into the bowl. You can see the broth thicken just a little bit from the butter, and that means you have the perfect balance there.
Very nice.
So really, that's the whole dish. All we do here at the pub is we have some bread that we make out of our leftover pretzel that we don't actually twist into pretzels and boil. So we just got a little pretzel crostini there. Any type of bread would work great, of course. But yeah, real nice and simple. Twilight Ale vanilla clams.
And we're missing one thing to have with this right now, right?
We better go get some beers.
That
yeah.
sounds good. So, Chef, I'm going to try the pairing of the Twilight Ale and the clams. Can you tell us a little bit about your new menu?
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited. We're really going to kind of slim things down a little bit. There are going to be a couple changes, so I know there'll be some customers that are maybe feeling the pain a little bit of taking away some things, but hopefully we'll add on a lot of new stuff. But a lot of it really is based around a lot of sausage making here. Really kind of playing around with some different types of meats in our burger with elk and possibly buffalo. Obviously, we'll be doing different types of shellfish in ale, and my pastry chef has put out 4 different new desserts that'll be coming out. So be a fair amount of change going into the summertime.
Sounds good. And is this going to be on the new menu?
You know, there will be some type of incarnation of this, but very similar.
It'll work for me. I have one final question. Do we pair beer with the food or the food with the beer?
Well, as a representative Deschutes, I say pair the beer with the food.
Gotta love that. So remember, when you want a really good beer and some food to go with it, come to the Pearl, to the Deschutes Brewery. Thanks, Chef.
Thanks
really
a lot.
appreciate it.
My
It was great.
pleasure.